are we going to be edited after this? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, here we go.
Is this podcast going to see the light of day, Sean?
No.
Well,
I'm going
yeah,
with
do
no.
you want to be canceled?
We just started the podcast. I can say whatever I want
But you get it
before
out
the
of your
podcast.
system?
Yeah, I said all those unsavory words that you use on a normal day.
That I use?
Of course.
Unsavory words.
Yes, they're all unsavory. Speaking of unsavory, we have homosexuals on a Dorito commercial.
Right. Mexican homosexuals.
Okay, hold on. We gotta let the music play its course because the music is very important.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Dudes Like Us. I'm Paul.
Let's envelop that Dorito
Jeff.
Hispanic. I'm Sean.
I'm Chuck.
And welcome to the second half of our December 14th Dudes Like Us podcast. We are drinking. I'm gonna steamroll through this. I'm gonna
Yeah,
steamroll
you
through
are. It's painful.
So this is.
All right, we're drinking
part
the
B.
same shit we were drinking in
No,
the
we're
first
not.
half,
This
except
is part
this
B.
one
This
is
is Oak and Eden, the same family, finished whiskey.
It's
It
4
is
grain.
4 grain and Spire. It is torched oak. It is still 90 proof. But I tell you what, we've been putting it on ice.
Elaborate on the 4 grain.
I think we have a 4-ounce pour on this one.
Yeah, so we're getting a little saucy, a little loose, which
I'm
is
not.
okay. Which
I'm
is
very
okay.
I'm very sober.
Which is okay.
My
But hold on,
ass.
listen. So we changed up what we're doing. Like if you heard from the last
Hey, back up,
podcast,
pygmy. Look,
we're doing it on ice.
Hey, let's preach to your shaman later. Let's go into the 4 grain thing. Let's figure
Well,
out
I
what
know.
that
I'm
is.
waiting for Mr. Producer to put it up on here.
Oh, for the love of God!
I know. I don't know. What he's
We have the wheat spire.
bourbon inspired. It's torched.
We have the toasted.
There you
4
go. The
grain.
4
There,
grain.
Hold on.
that's the
It's
one
got
we
to be
got.
torched. It is. There it is.
Well, all right.
So
So
what 4
4-3.
grains?
Okay, what do we
Traditional
got here?
bourbons invite 3 grains into their mash bill. Corn, rye, barley. 4 grain bourbon includes the additional wheat grain into the mash.
Oh,
Wheat, making for the most complex flavor of any bourbon on the market. By marrying these 4 grains together into one mash, a broad array of
Broadway.
flavors
What is
emerge,
happening?
encompassing
Broadway.
notes of an orange peel, vanilla, cloves, and caramel. From 4 grain whiskey enters
Spicy.
the bottle we bring to
Bring it
life
to life.
with torched oak and spire, adding a delicate balance of orange spice, butterscotch, and vanilla. They said that like twice. Okay, look, it's good.
It's good.
Yeah, I get that.
Long story short,
It's good. It's really
Yeah.
good.
it's got a piece of
it's-
wood in there,
it's-
white
well,
oak.
Based
Scroll
on
down. Stop
ba-
moving around, Mr. Producer. Go down, and it says medium toast. Is that what it says?
Medium toast. Before we place the spire into the 4 grain and spire, we expose it to fire, toasting the wood to the perfect degree. Produce a finish that is deep and rich with a subtle note of candied fruit, vanilla, and orange spice, and caramel.
Caramel.
So, caramel.
The word torched
Caramel?
leads me to
Caramel.
believe that it's just a hunk of
Caramel
ash.
Harris.
Caramel Harris.
Oh, it's a hunk of ash. What are you saying?
Well, no,
Well,
when I think of
that's-
torched, I think of it as being just black
No, I
char.
think
I think of alligator char, like
Alligator
a char number 5.
baby. Number
Well, that's
5. Light it up.
Well, that says medium toast.
Well, then,
Then what is
Oh.
toasted?
That looks like worms.
well, toast is like light roast.
Like
That's
coffee?
a cool picture. All right, so what that is a giant bin, I guess, of spires that they.
So they have these oak rods that they carve a spire, the groove out of it.
To
The-
maximize
basically
the
looks like a
surface
drill
area,
bit.
right?
It's about a 1/2 inch in diameter. It's a drill bit of.
Yeah, it looks like a candy
Of
cane.
wood.
That's
it's
exactly.
a candy cane, but it's
Of
got a
wood.
groove in it.
Agreed.
So it's to provide the
Surface area.
most surface area for the bourbon to gain its flavors and
Flavor
colors.
and color, yeah, flavor and color. I like it. I mean, and here's the thing: it's already been aged in a white oak charred barrel, and so while it's being bottled, and while it's sitting on a shelf, and while it's waiting to go to your home, it's enjoying a little bit more flavor and a little bit more color. I like the concept of that.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I'm thinking. We're in the intermission here. We were talking about buying these,
God, no.
putting them in a maybe a lesser, a less expensive bourbon,
Like
a
ancient age.
But let's
yeah,
hold on.
like
Producer,
Henry
stop
McKenna,
moving it.
Old
Paul,
Crow.
hit,
Old
Paul, hit
Crow.
pause. Let's look at the screen for a second. Now we're looking at 3 different bottles of Oak and Eden finished whiskey.
Benchmark 8.
And from left to right, we are getting darker. So they've got a charred oak, they've got a fired French oak, and they have a toasted oak.
Well, that's
So-
the wheat and spire is the French oak.
Well, okay, hold on. Let's take that out of it. That's
Fuck
the
the
stuff, the
French.
flavor. What I'm getting at is the char. If you notice that on the top of the label, there is a green that says charred oak. There's a red that says fired French oak, and then there's the brown which says toasted oak.
Yeah.
Where's the
Do you see
torched
that?
oak? Is that a
Well,
black?
scroll down. The torched oak is probably
Well, I'm sure it's
toasted.
It's
it's a little bit higher.
yeah, whatever. My point is, if you're looking at the colors, we're coming up with a grading, so to speak.
If you notice, the wheat and spire is number ones across the board as far as number one barrel, number one bottle.
Oh, yeah, well,
And
Brand
they
new.
did-
Meaning it's brand new.
That's the very first bottle they ever made of that.
Right.
Whereas the others are not quite like that.
Yeah, I like that.
very observant, Jeff.
It is very observant.
Thank you.
I scroll up for me because it
Fucking
toasted
Rain
oak.
Man.
So why is torched oak not in there? That's interesting.
Well,
Well, there it is right
it's right
there.
there.
All right. So what do we got there? Oh, that's brand new too.
all right. So the thing
Oh,
is
that's-
that
yeah,
that's
now we have a
light.
fourth one.
That's a light color. That's a tan.
Well, actually, this batch doesn't exist. It's number 0. So
Zero. This is a fake bottle.
They just needed something
Yeah.
to take a picture with.
well, they peed in that bottle.
Less than 0.
yeah, less. Than
Oh, there you
zero.
go. Less than 0.
So this is in Bridgeport. We should make a trip out there. That's about an hour drive.
Where is Bridgeport?
It's on the other side of Denton.
Oh my God! What are we doing? Of course we got to go there.
And I wonder if they sell the spires there.
I wonder if they do.
They probably don't.
Probably not.
But
But
we can buy them. We already proved that. We
that's
can
what
buy
I
them
mean.
on
We can buy
Amazon.
them other places, but I think we should go out there. And
I think you guys are diving way too deep into this. It's
don't think
admirable.
so.
It's admirable.
why not try it?
that?
Why not try it?
Look, because again, why did we try doing the barrels? It's because we wanted to. We don't have enough of the time to do it. We don't have time to handle the shit we got going on right now.
It
We-
takes you 10 seconds to drop a spire in a
We've
bottle.
got-
Time out. I buy 4
We've-
bottles of Henry McKenna.
We've got to
I open 3 of
manage
them,
a
drop a
podcast.
spire in there,
We've got
and drink
a
the 4th one.
CNC machine that is just
crazy.
an unending list of issues.
We can make CNC spires.
All right. Well, I like where this is going.
I'm in.
Yes.
Can we really?
No.
Oh.
Well, hold on. Yes, you can.
You could
No,
probably
not
lay
really.
It doesn't
them.
have to be a spire. It could be sort of cubicle.
Can we do a spire that we glue it?
Cubicle.
We glue it together.
I don't
Yes,
think
you-
we're going to involve glue in this program.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want glue in the bourbon.
I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
it's
Little
a-
Elmers.
Kind of a deal breaker.
You can-
gorilla.
It is a deal.
Although
breaker.
Elmers you can eat though, right?
Well, I mean, some kids did. In fact, I was kind of wondering.
You were one of
You
them.
were one of them.
I was not. I watched
Yes,
a kid.
you were.
No,
you
I was
sniffed
not.
a lot of glue. You
No,
ate a lot of
I
glue.
didn't sniff any glue, and I didn't eat any glue. But
You were a
I
modeler.
saw a kid in class fucking eat glue, and I was just like, "What is wrong with you?"
Yeah, that's weird.
I was and I gave him my milk. I was like, "You fucking sick bastard! I can't even drink this."
Was you like, well, it's white like milk, and I'm thirsty.
Yeah,
And I can't afford real milk.
Oh damn!
I guess you go thirsty.
Well, that is weird though.
I know
I
the-
said think about it now. That was like in
He could,
that was
he
fucking.
could drink the Elmer's glue at school, but he couldn't afford the milk.
His parents are like,
Well, the milk was free.
drink the glue.
I think it came with the class.
I remember when I was in.
Well, because they would have a snack. They would give you like a little thing of cookies and a little.
That's some white privilege right there.
I remember
No, there were a
specifically.
few. There were some other folk in that class. But this was on the East Coast. This was in New Jersey. There was all kinds of influence
Oh,
in there.
that's where the
It's a melting pot.
They
The
were
best
out-
place to live.
Yeah, well, they were
Oh,
going out to the little
yeah.
canals behind the houses in
Yeah.
Arcatuthus.
I lived in Fort Monmouth, New Jersey, on Pine Brook Road, in a military housing, and yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you
Yeah.
visited.
You had a
like,
little monocle and a little pocket watch. and,
look at me.
yeah.
Now the reality of it is the person next to us that
little Sanford and Sons.
That's where I live.
You were
That's
living
a-
in the Different Strokes house. Come on, let's.
That's a
be
great
honest.
theme song.
Nice.
What are you talking about, Chuck?
I thought it was Barnaby Jones. I didn't
That's
know
not
what
Barnaby
he was. I
Jones.
don't know
No,
what he was
Sanford and
singing.
Sons.
I know, but,
Son.
yeah, but it wasn't even close.
Yeah, it was pretty
I knew
close.
what it was.
Nah, it was.
No,
The
no,
beans
no,
don't
we got
burn
it.
in the kitchen.
You got
the
the big
beans
old-
don't burn on the grill.
That's the Jeffersons.
Now moving on up to the top.
That was
East
a great
Side.
song too.
To the east side?
East side.
Okay.
There's something up the apartment.
Although we did
The
that.
deluxe
We have to be
apartment in the
getting
sky.
close
Come on,
to
damn
the-
it.
Deluxe. Oh, fuck me.
We did the theme song show. We got
The theme song?
close
We
to
did.
that.
That was fun. We did
Those-
Quincy.
Yeah, me and Chalmers like, yeah, this sucks. Let's move on.
Oh, I thought it was fun, and you guys didn't.
No,
Quincy was weird.
the
You know,
Quincy
that
one.
seems to
fucking
be
fucked
that
up
seems to
teeth.
be the trend, though. I do cool things, and you guys are like, "Ugh,
No, it was
stupid."
just Quincy.
No, you do stupid things.
I
and
like
Chuck
the
it
theme
in,
song
and both
thing,
Jeff
but-
and I agree.
Quincy,
All right, what's
the Quincy theme song
what's
did not
the
stand
Thank
out.
best
you.
what's
Thank
the
you for
best theme
jumping
song
in here.
ever? What's the best theme song ever?
It's got to be Love Boat.
Love Boat, Magna PI,
Magna PI,
Oh, hold on.
It's got to be Love Boat.
No.
Rockford Files.
That's a good
WKRP,
one.
Believe it or not,
Oh yeah,
that one.
America's Greatest
America's
Hero.
Great-
Yeah, there you go.
Or
That one was a good one.
WKRP. WKRP's pretty
That
good.
one made the-
And did you know- Did you know that came out in the early 80s? And do you know what the character's name was
Who?
Which
Which one?
What? Which one?
for America's Greatest Hero?
Uh,
They had to change his name.
well,
Huge.
The
Erection.
the first season,
Wow.
his name was John Hinckley.
oh,
Wow.
no shit.
Junior.
Good
Junior.
Yeah,
It's right after shot fucking
and it was
Reagan.
came out at the same time. So they
Wow.
had this season. His name was John Hinckley.
Was he in love with Jodie Foster as well?
Yeah, taxi cab.
Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah,
The whole reason why he shot Ronald Reagan because he wanted to impress
a
Jodie
lesbian.
Foster.
Yeah, the thing about it is he
How
shot him with
bizarre.
an explosive bullet.
No,
I
he
mean,
didn't.
It was a 22, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a 22.
I thought it was an explosive bullet he
No.
had shot.
And he got a lucky shot, by the way. It ricocheted off the car into his liver area, and he was in danger. Like, he was in bad shape. They had to.
Wow.
He was very lucky. No, I shouldn't say that. He was very lucky.
Like
It could have
fantasy
been way
football.
worse. And no, he did not hit him directly. It bounced off the car. Did you
I
know
didn't
that?
know that. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It hit Brady
but
right in the
the
brain.
sad thing about that whole
Is that
thing was
because Brady was in the way?
Brady got hit in the head, and now you have all sorts of Brady gun control, and
Right.
he's probably dead by now.
He is. He died.
Yeah, but he was brain dead, not brain dead anyway, but he
He
was
was paralyzed.
He's paralyzed. He
No, but he was-
he's in a wheelchair.
he was more than that. He was mentally not the same.
Well, I think it was kind of like a
And then
stroke.
McCarthy, remember McCarthy? You probably don't remember McCarthy. That dude, so Brady didn't jump in front of the president. Brady was in front of the president. McCarthy was a Secret Service agent that literally threw himself in front of the president, took a bullet, and then went down, and they shoved him into the car, and
And
a
he was
bullet
laying on
bounced
top
off
of
the
it.
car. A bullet bounced off the car and into Ronald Reagan.
So did McCarthy.
A
recover.
magic bullet.
This one was a magic bullet.
Yeah, maybe. No, McCarthy literally threw himself in front of the bullet.
That's
took
what you're
the bullet.
supposed to do. As a Secret Service.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what you're supposed to do.
What a stud. What a stud.
All those guys are.
I mean, all of them. Yes, all of them. And I think did more than 2 get hit? How many people ended up getting shot besides Reagan?
67.
I thought it was 900.
In an automatic 22.
Yeah, no, it was a Gatling gun that he had, I think.
Right. No, it was Brady,
It was a
McCarthy,
22
and Reagan.
Gatling gun.
It was
Big
just the
old
3 of them, right?
And they were like, "What's going on? What's going on?"
He put the tripod.
And about an
everything.
hour and a half later, they were like, "He's got a Gatling gun."
You didn't see the tripod.
Little
That would
sign
be
pops
the
up.
worst.
I love
That would be
Jodie's.
the worst Secret Service team ever.
And Reagan went full Matrix on him.
Right?
I dodged the first 1,500. Look at me.
Oh gosh. All right. Anyway, there he is. Yeah, McCarthy.
Yeah, that was a big. I remember when that happened.
Me too.
I came home from school.
1980, right?
Yeah, I came home from school, and it dominated the after-school program.
Of course.
That's where I heard. saw
Holy
it.
shit, that was huge.
Yeah, yeah.
That was huge.
Ronald Reagan was funny. I mean,
Funny dude, yeah.
he had tons of charisma, and I love the way politics were. They were ugly, but at least
they were
had,
very ugly back then.
they had some class too, though. You know,
No, if you go back and watch some of that stuff and listen, it was just as ugly back then as
Yes,
well,
it was.
It was bad.
Politics has always been ugly.
We were
But,
just,
but I tell
we
you
were
what,
just 10
Reagan
years
had
old and
Reagan
didn't
had a
know.
lot of finesse
He
to
did.
him. He had a lot of charisma, like Sean said.
and it was
Yeah,
hard not
I mean,
to like him.
yeah,
Even on both sides.
He,
Democrats
look,
hated
there's
him.
a reason why he took like 99% of the electoral votes in 1984.
You're right.
It's
the
because he
politicians
was a
hated him.
brilliant man. I
Right.
mean,
He really was. He
Now,
really was.
Oh,
we're,
the Gipper.
we're scrolling through hundreds of pictures of Reagan.
What's interesting about the assassination attempt, and you know when it first happened, right? The conspiracy theories and and the it was some psycho Democrat. I mean, you know they were
Well,
stewing.
I don't
They were
know if-
Do we
stewing with
not
all
know
these-
that it was a Democrat?
Well, no, but my
I don't
point
think
is,
that ever came out. The political affiliation of John Hinckley.
Well, he liked Jodie Foster.
Well, I know.
mean,
but-
and that's my point, guys.
Doesn't that
like it
tip
probably,
it off?
It ballooned into like this crazy.
Is she a Democrat?
oh, she is. Big
Oh
No,
my
time.
but
God.
guys, listen to me. It ballooned into this political thing. It's always a political thing for an assassination attempt. And then when they found out it was some psycho that wanted to impress an actress, you know how deflating that must have been for the
Yeah.
news organizations when it wasn't this massive conspiracy theory like
That's
JFK.
not what's going on now.
The
There's,
CNN would just still run with it.
Oh, they probably still would.
Yeah.
It's
But,
Russia.
you follow me here, though, guys?
There would be 6 months of, this guy was a right wing,
Right,
you
right.
know.
Exactly right.
even more the reason I want
You know.
Trump to run, because I think the fact that they took Twitter away and it just if
But they
he could
miss
ju-
him.
If he could just shut
They
the fuck
do.
up, they
They
do
miss
He
him.
won't.
They miss him
We'll
like
never
a
have-
jilted lover.
I know.
It's so
You're saying
sad.
Trump's not going to run?
No, we'll never have Trump without the tweets.
He can't. Well, they banned him.
Well,
yeah,
but you know what I mean.
they'll bring him back.
They'll bring no. If they don't bring him back on Twitter, he's going to be on his platform.
He'll be on
Oh yeah,
Getter.
it'll be with DWAC.
Yeah, right. So my point is, we'll never have Trump. We'll never have the
Truth
12-year-old.
or whatever it is.
We'll never have Trump without the 12-year-old bully.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what?
And
I
he's
think
still talking shit.
so. What? You
I
know
hate
what?
it. I hate it. We don't
He
need
had-
that.
We had the best America back then.
Well,
I mean, compared to right now,
I think we can have another staunch
Who- okay,
conservative
let's go
Republican
around-
that gets it done.
Who, like,
that
DeSantis?
doesn't.
Wait,
that's
wait,
not
wait,
a fucking
yeah.
12-year-old.
Yeah, let's go- let's-
anyone that gets in there is
let's-
going to get treated horribly by
Hey,
the
I
hang
don't
on,
think
hang on.
DeSantis has it right
Let's
now.
go around the horn and say who you want to run in 2024, Sean.
Sean says Donald Trump.
Donald
Absolutely.
Trump.
hands
Okay.
down.
Ted Cruz.
Okay, Ted Cruz.
I'd like to see the DeSantis do it.
I want to see the DeSantis do it. I think he's
No.
got it. I think he's got
I'll,
it.
I'll tell you some other.
I don't think he'll do it this time, but I
How
think
about,
eventually
how
he'll
about
get
some
there.
upcoming folk?
Like,
Bober?
wait, upcoming folk like Tom Cotton or you know,
Well, I'm talking.
don't
like
laugh. I
some,
mean-
some females.
The one-eyed guy.
Dan,
talked
about
earlier.
Dan Crenshaw.
Dan,
That was a
Dan
joke.
Crenshaw just
The one-eyed
folded
guy?
for
One-eyed
the.
guy.
Okay. Dan Crenshaw is more of a realist.
I like him.
I like
No,
him. I like
he's not
him.
presidential material,
okay.
but I like him.
He's got a great podcast. Okay,
But
And
he's
not-
young.
No,
He
like
still has
nothing
20
against
years
you
before he could have
guys.
to run.
Nothing against you guys, but he's got a great podcast. Okay, so
What are you saying?
what
Is he
His
better
is-
than
his is
ours?
a little more structured.
Yeah, maybe a little more.
Maybe you
Maybe.
think?
Anyway, so
He doesn't talk
no,
about buttholes.
no, but
God,
he doesn't talk
we're-
about beaver anus. No, he doesn't.
We're
Well, he's not a dude like us then.
He's
you know
not,
what we
he's
are.
not.
You know what we are. We're a panel of ADHD.
Look,
Yeah, well-
I think folks like Stacey, like Candace Owens, for
Stacey
example.
Abrams.
So
What
hold
are you
on,
talking about?
back off.
Yeah, don't go
Candace
sensitive.
Owens is what I was trying to say.
Oh no.
Candace
no,
Owens
no,
is-
President?
no.
No, I'm not saying for
No.
president. I'm saying I would like for her to be groomed.
I like it.
I would like for her to be groomed. I would like. For, and I'm not talking about.
Oh, I don't know where you're going with that, Chuck.
I'm not talking about like her.
Cubes.
Her. You know,
Really? Okay. there
I'm
you
talking
go.
about she should be. I mean, because first of all, she's smart,
She's
and
really
she's
smart.
already been in Congress. She knows
No,
not to be
no,
pushed
no,
around.
she
wait,
has
wait,
not.
wait,
She has
wait,
not
wait.
been in
No,
Congress.
she
She has
hasn't.
not.
No,
she
she's
hasn't.
not been in Congress. She's been in front of Congress.
Okay.
She knows how to handle them
I see
because
where you're going.
they
Okay.
They try to manhandle her.
Yeah,
and
she sticks
she
up
would
for
have
herself. Okay.
None of it.
She held her own.
I'm fine with somebody who can stick up for themselves, but she has not been in Congress, but she has been in front of Congress. Yes.
yeah.
Well, she's
And-
like Jim Jordan.
And
Jim Jordan
yeah.
doesn't pull the
and,
shit.
and to his point, in a non weird way, she needs to be groomed for political office.
Yeah.
And
But run as a congressman
All right,
first.
so
let's do
Right.
that. Let's
you
do
go.
that.
You have Nikki Haley, former ambassador to the United
man,
Nations.
No.
she hurt herself
Nope.
so bad.
Nope.
I love her though.
Nope.
I
Nope.
thought she was awesome as the ambassador
UN.
to the UN. She was an ass kicker, and she was an ass kicker as the governor of. Come on, what do you got?
Is it North Carolina?
Nope.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
I believe it was North Carolina. I don't know.
So I was
No.
correct the first time.
Look it up. Look it up.
Nope.
We got
Nikki
Doug-
Haley, governor of. Nikki Haley, governor of. Wow, you're not even close, but that works.
SC, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
See, I was
Okay.
correct.
Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Very nice. Okay,
right.
so she was a governor, right? So she has executive experience. She is the ambassador to the UN and very staunchly firm. I mean, threw down.
Well,
She's
well,
It was
firm.
awesome.
Well, how do you feel about Chris Christie?
Here's where she screwed up.
No.
No, for Chris Christie?
Here's
No.
where she screwed up.
Oh, well, because she was talking shit about Donald Trump.
She talked shit about Trump.
That's basically
I
it.
can't understand why she would even do that. Even if you're not a fan of Trump,
Well,
like she
I mean-
worked for him, right?
Yeah.
She would know.
Yeah.
Right?
He
Even if you're
nominated
not
her.
a
He
fan,
had to nominate
why
her
would you
to
stick your
be
head
in the
up your
position.
ass?
Well, how about Tom Cotton of Arkansas?
Like Tom Cotton.
No.
Who's the
No.
the black senator?
I like him.
Tim Scott?
Tim Scott. I really like him.
I like him a lot.
I really like him.
I like
think
him a
he
Tim
lot.
has
Scott,
potential.
South Carolina.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's not South Carolina, is he?
Yeah,
Yep,
he is.
Yep.
No shit.
Yeah,
okay.
he's really good.
I thought he was Alabama or
Well,
Mississippi.
And he
what about
came
Mike
from
Pompeo?
nothing.
Mike Pompeo could run. Do you think he can be able to handle it?
Secretary of State.
Pompeo has it. Yeah, I think Pompeo has it.
I like
he's,
Tim
he's
Scott
A,
a
he's
lot.
a very.
He shows lots of gums when he smiles.
He does.
Look
He
at
got
that.
a big,
Yeah,
he's got
there's a lot of
big
gums going on.
smile.
Look at that gum.
Whatever, man. He's smart, and you know what? He
He's
calls
very
people out
smart.
too. I love it.
Well, his story's good too. He came from nothing, man.
He is very comfortable in his own skin. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I think he's very good. Very.
I
Smart.
would actually put him number 2 on my list.
How about Josh Haley from Missouri?
Josh Haley, I love.
Yeah, he's
Josh
good too.
Haley.
He's ex-ranger, isn't he? Army Ranger.
You have 2 eyes.
Yes, he's not the seal with one eye.
Josh Hawley.
I think he's. I think
Holly.
He's
What did I
Not
say, Haley?
Yes.
I'm going to say Holly.
yeah, I think he's.
I like him.
Is he in a
yes.
wheelchair?
No,
I like him a lot
No,
too.
no.
he's the one who called for the
Oh,
two
Greg Abbott's in a wheelchair.
for the military guys to resign.
You know what's interesting? The guys that the left go after,
General Milley.
the guys that the guys that the well, I'm sorry, guys
General
and gals
Milley. He needs
that
to be
they
bitch
go
slapped.
after on the left are the people that you need to watch for
Yes.
because they're trying to tear him down.
They're
Yeah,
going
yeah,
after
yeah.
this guy.
Holly's
Yeah,
one of them.
no.
Holly's
These
one
guys,
of them.
they get in the sites,
They go
and then they
after him.
get targeted, and then they get crushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's
Well,
a reason.
And there's a reason. It's because they're
they know.
good.
No.
It's because they're good.
No,
They're
the-
good.
Well, yeah, because they're good. But the reason why is because they want to see how well they do under pressure.
No.
They want to see how if they can handle it.
They want to destroy them.
Okay.
No,
Well,
they
you
want
know,
to
it's-
destroy
How
them.
well-
Anyway.
okay.
100% destroy
How
them.
well did Joe Biden do under pressure?
He is an amazing
Well, they didn't
orator.
allow. It's kind of hard to be under
I
pressure
think
when you
he's a
live in your
better
fucking basement.
orator than Obama.
Shit.
I think he's an.
I mean, when he can complete a sentence, it's actually really good.
Well, you got Joni Ernst.
come on, folks.
Terrible.
That's
Joni
a
Ernst, the U.S.
joke.
Senator from Iowa. Joni
Yeah, no
Ernst.
one, no one buys that.
I-R-N-S-T. Joni Ernst
I don't know anything about her.
No,
Iowa.
no,
from Iowa.
So she is ex-military.
no. Yeah, she's ex-mill, but no.
What
she's
about
solid. She's solid, but she's not.
Yeah.
J-O-N-I Ernst. E-R-N-S-T. And that's Senator from Iowa.
Well, what do you
No,
think about
no.
the Democrat
J-O-N-I.
chick who ran for president who was ex-military?
Oh,
She's a Democrat, though.
She's a Democrat, but she's like right on the edge.
Hang on.
Are you talking about Hawaii?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Hawaii.
she's-
I like her. Gabbard.
Hawaii.
Gabbard,
Yeah.
yes.
Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard. Yep.
She's Democrat.
I love her.
She is, but she's like right on the edge. I
She,
think.
She
is
is.
a
Tulsi,
moderate.
Tulsi Gabbard is a centrist.
I love it. She's rational.
She
And
is.
she's good
She
looking.
is rational. She can be. She can
Kick your
be.
ass, too.
I think she's good looking.
She's a pilot. I
Well,
think.
yeah. She has. Yeah. No. There's no doubt.
She's the one.
She's
you know what?
an
That,
attractive.
talk about
like,
courage. Talk about courage. She's the one. Whenever something comes up, like the
Rittenhouse.
Wittenhouse. Thank you. Man,
Yes.
you're right on it. When
Yeah.
that verdict came out, she
Yeah.
was like dead
Duh.
on.
Yeah.
Dead on. The right verdict.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
that, you know
look,
how much
look,
courage that takes.
Okay.
Wait, so Campbell Harris still hasn't come to the table.
she's an
and,
idiot.
and,
She's
and
a complete
renounced what she
idiot.
fucking said about it was another modern day lynching.
Yeah.
What a horrible
or
thing
the
for
Jussie
that bitch to
Smollett
say.
shit.
Oh,
She
Jussie
came out-
Smollett.
Jussie Smollett.
Smollett.
Fuck
Jussie
that dude.
Smollett. Yes, but
That faggot
No.
will never spend a day in jail either. Probably.
let's go back to Tulsi,
They've
and then
already
we
said
can
it.
go back to Kamala. But no, Tulsi, no, she's got a very rational
Very.
opinion to her, although not always right, not always left.
But she can justify where
but
she's
she can
coming
justify where she comes from, and she's got like background.
from. And
you
I
know?
completely respect that.
And if you look back at the 2019, 2020 debates of the Democrats, which that's all we saw, really, right?
Yes.
Well, she was hot. She was
Well, okay, she was hot, but
no, with her
look,
with her mind.
she was on her game.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
nude.
No, I mean, but she was
Well, she was
No,
hot
no,
and
okay.
nude.
bright lights.
She
okay,
was hot and nude and on her game.
no,
Keep going,
but
Wow, she's got some face issues.
Well, she
going
called
on.
out
all
Camel,
the
didn't she?
people of all the people of the 24 candidates that they had for Democratic for president, I would have been okay with her, right?
Yeah.
I would have been okay with Andrew Yang, right?
So, do you remember the scandal of what happened during the
Andrew
primaries
Yang.
for on the
Andrew
Democrat
Yang's
side?
still on the edge.
Hear me out,
too.
guys. Hear me out. Do
No.
you remember the scandal on the during the Democratic primaries?
Outside of
I
his,
mean,
For who?
They kept her from the big stage.
yeah, they kept
Oh,
her.
yeah.
Yeah,
Remember?
Yeah.
Granted, there were a lot of candidates, right? They had a big stage and a small stage based on polling and stuff. And she was polling well, and they
Yeah.
kept her off the big stage.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
Because, they
because she attacked Kamala.
she was a threat.
Yeah,
She was a threat to her own party.
a threat
And
to
I'm
the
telling you, she's
establishment. Yes.
I love it. I love it that she
Well, what about
has the balls to do
Gretchen
that.
Whitmer of Michigan?
Gross.
No,
Gross.
No.
She
That's
should be
Democrat.
in jail.
She is. She's
Yeah,
in
she
jail.
should be.
She should be in jail.
Yeah, especially for
She-
voting
she-
fraud.
She's ruined that state up there.
Now, what about your
Ruining
Ohio?
it as we speak.
In the state of Ohio, Mike DeWine.
Mike DeWiner.
Mike DeWine.
I
Mike
need to talk to
He's
my.
been around a while.
DEWINE.
He's been around a while. He's
Well,
not
the
executive
DeWines are
material.
a big political family.
Well,
up there.
he made the top 20.
Nah, I disagree.
Top 20 of what?
Top 20 of
Possible candidates.
potential candidates in
potential
2024.
candidates, okay.
I mean, guys, let's be real. It's really between
I mean,
three.
Mike Pence is on the
God.
list.
No,
Mike
Pence
Pence
is
is
not
Marco
on
gonna
the
win.
chance.
Rubio,
No.
Ben Sasse, Rick Scott,
No.
Rubio,
top-
doesn't,
the
Rubio,
top
doesn't
three-
have
No.
a, Rubio doesn't have a chance.
We have
No.
DeSantis, we have
yeah,
Trump, and
Elise
we have
Stefanik.
Cruz. Those are the
Stefanik.
three.
I like
Stefanik.
Stefanik.
Yeah, no, okay, Cruz. Then you
Those are
got
the three.
there's Cotton and Hawley.
No.
Okay, they're act.
Neither one of them are going to run.
Give them a chance. They'll run
I think Tim
they'll
Scott-
they'll contend.
I think Tim Scott has a chance.
They'll contend.
I would.
And
Really? Tim
I'd throw
Scott?
Tim Scott in there too.
Dude, I would throw him in there big time.
Yeah.
But right now, it's DeSantis and it's Trump, and I hope not. I hope it's not Trump, but it's
God,
DeSantis and it's
I
Cruz.
hope it is. Look, man, Trump is the one that's going to pull us out of this shit, and I
okay.
want him. Hear me. This
I understand.
I
what you're
want
saying.
him to walk the walk.
I know.
Okay,
And he
he's
will.
talk the talk. And I want him to walk the walk, and that's what I want.
You realize
He's
what
going
can
to
happen
have to change his path
if Trump wins.
Well,
if he's walking the walk.
He's only got 4
Agreed.
years. That
Yeah.
vice president, if he picks a good vice president,
That's where you
that
need
could
a,
be at 12 years.
That's where you
of
need a
Republican
governor
president.
like DeSantis
can't
to
run
step
two
in as a
terms.
vice president.
can.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got you,
So
I got you.
if Trump were to run and use DeSantis as his vice president, which that's what I said a year ago, is that should be the next ticket is DeSantis and Trump. Because DeSantis has started to get it now. If you notice, he's got all the arm language, the arm flailing.
No, he's
You know,
got the mimicking. Yes.
but as far as that,
he's a
understands
badass,
that, yes.
man. DeSantis is
No,
a badass.
Agree.
I like
Well,
him a lot.
I put him on the ticket, and I just like 12 years. That's what I say. The same thing.
You know what's
Put him on
sad?
there.
And I'm going to seem like a flip flopper here, but and it's not
You went
that.
camel.
And it's not that I don't like Trump. I love Trump. I love Trump. I just don't want division and conflict.
It's going to
and-
happen
and,
anyway.
And non-healing. And there we go. That's
It's
what
going
I'm
to happen
going.
anyway.
But hold on. Let me finish. So the left has been so ugly
Ugly.
and so divisive
And
that
they're
if
lying.
part of me is like, we need Trump and fucking hammer them.
Yes.
Hammer them.
I mean, even right
And
now,
you know what?
this-
Brutally hammer them and bring this country back to where it needs to be.
you got press secretary,
and I hate that, but it's true.
press secretary Jen Balsacki. You know,
Peppermint
she's like,
Patty.
she is. I mean,
She's
currently
a fucking
now,
pathological liar.
absolutely. I mean, the shit that
And
she's
she's not
saying
even very
that
good at
you know, and Donald Trump has never denounced the white supremacy.
Bullshit.
She just, I mean, it
She
is
just
nonstop.
repeats the lie.
Why don't
The
they
same
call her out on
bullshit
that?
lies over and over again. Who's
and
gonna
it's
call her
wrong.
out?
I
Who's going to
think.
call her out?
The guys at the press corps.
Why
Really?
don't they call
Yes.
her out?
No, they'll never.
When Peter,
Why
I mean,
not?
Peter Ducey's having
He
a conversation
tries.
with
He
her.
tries.
It's just like, you know, when she says something, well, you know, Trump doesn't denounce white supremacy, and I mean, someone in there be like, yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did, and on a dozen
And
occasions
then
he
Biden,
has.
the president of the United States, continues to repeat the lie, the
Big hoax.
the Charlotte lie,
All the hoaxes.
Charlottesville.
Charlottesville
He believes every one of the hoaxes. Every one of them.
But no, he doesn't
And-
believe
and-
shit. He doesn't
Okay,
even know what he believes. He's
he
reading
just-
off the
he- okay,
teleprompter.
Fine. He repeats the hoax.
It's
the
so
hoaxes.
outrageous. I just
All right, so
Okay, so let's talk
we've
about
got
hobbies.
a lot of.
So hobbies. I guess politics is a hobby, right?
Yeah, that was it is a hobby, but you know what?
A little side.
It's kind of not catastrophic. It's a destructive hobby.
It is. Well, I'll tell you a hobby that this is a hobby, what we're doing here.
It is.
Well, I think that to get a hobby, I mean, you learn hobbies by growing up. You see your dad doing certain things, and you become inspired, and you carry those traits into your adult life.
Did your dad
And-
podcast?
Negative. I didn't see my dad a whole lot. He was in the military, and I didn't see him a whole lot. So I know he did some hunting. He's very intellectually stimulated. I mean, he knows how to. He's a smart guy. So he's a vault of information. But my point is, you learn these hobbies from your parents, and then you kind of create your own. When you're growing up and you're in your late teens, you're going to college, or you're struggling to make a living, you're in your 20s, and you don't have a whole lot of time for hobbies. You're kind of like grinding yourself, trying to make ends meet and working 50, 60 hours a week. And then finally, when you do have time, you don't have time for hobbies until it's like you're 50 years old. At the exact age that we are right now. We're in that bracket where we can now afford to do things to create hobbies.
Well, and it's not necessarily afford from a financial perspective.
Well,
It's time.
It's time and
time.
afford. I mean,
I think it's
Well,
both.
it can be. It can be. Yeah, it can be. All right, so that was where I was trying to end on the last segment. Like, what are hobbies that men in our position, we got dudes like us, right?
Men
Some
of a
us-
certain age.
Well, and some of us are empty nesters. Some of us are on the fledgling empty nesters.
I'm on the cusp.
I'm on the cusp as well. So what? Okay,
It's
so
liberating.
so some hobbies that are out there. Okay, so let me throw out some. All right, and I'm not talking about the ones where you go on trips, right? We all know there are guide trips, to go fishing trips, hunting trips.
Well, that's a hobby, though.
Sure.
It is, but I'm thinking more like around the home,
Like whittling.
whittling. That was the first thing I was going to come up with. Whittling, nude whittling.
Wow.
I believe I said nude.
I'm gonna
whittling.
Well,
take it.
I knew it was coming.
You're a whittle.
Well,
like,
I'm just going to
little
help you. I'm going
phallic
to help you right now, Jeff.
penises,
You were going to say nude whittling. So if you're lying if
little
you say
sit
you're
and
not.
spins.
That'd be Sean.
So, no, you're right. You're right. Hobbies are things that guys go off and do.
Whittling. Not whittling.
So hold on. So,
Whittling.
so those hobbies, those are hobbies that guys go off and do, right? We hunt, we fish, we
collect
camp.
seashells,
I don't know. We
collect rocks.
seashells.
Petrified wood.
No, but what else? Right? So we got woodworking,
I like.
All right, there's
rocks.
beer brewing.
beer brewing. There's
Right.
woodworking.
Yeah. 3D printing.
There's
you, you can play an instrument.
Home.
You know.
What do you call it when you fixing up your house?
Sonos.
Home upgrades.
Yeah, home
home
weekend
improvement.
warriors.
Home improvement. Home improvement. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're doing baseboards and you're doing crown molding that your wife wanted
Yeah.
for 20 years.
All of a sudden,
and suddenly now you're doing
the
it.
seashell sink that you have is like really out of date.
I tell you,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
you know, I tell you a hobby that we've picked up in the last 2 years.
Is
Drinking
bourbon.
bourbon, baby.
Bourbon.
Bourbon.
That's a
Yeah.
hobby, I think.
It is it's like a $3,000 hobby.
Yeah, it's an
it's
expensive,
expensive one.
hobby.
It's just an expense.
We need to talk about it.
Every Friday.
I think we need to take a pause.
We do. We have so
Whoa,
many
whoa, whoa,
bourbons.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Unless
whoa,
there's-
whoa,
unless
whoa,
there's
whoa,
a
whoa,
unicorn.
whoa.
I'm putting a kid to college. I don't need to be burning $80 every Friday.
No,
Well, we don't
no.
burn $80 every
Well,
Friday.
Paul does because he has to restock.
Yeah, I got to
Well,
do
it's because
old-
it falls out of the back of his car.
No, I got Old
That's a
Monk.
good
I got
point.
my mixer. I got my bourbon for the podcast. I got beer. Yeah, it's $80 every time. No, actually, it's 120 this
It was
time.
$120.
I can't keep doing
Well,
this.
you need to scale back on
I
the
gotta
other
pick-
areas.
I got to either do this bourbon hobby or get an RV. I mean, they're the same price per month.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Actually, it isn't, but actually, it might be. Anyway,
Whatever.
what other hobbies? Come on. What?
Yeah, I think.
What
Okay,
about
here's my-
the CNC that
Okay, woodworking.
As
Yeah.
soon as we get the
CNC?
damn thing to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we
So
got-
here's my point. I think we've got dudes like us that listen to this podcast that are finding themselves not lost,
In between.
in between. Yeah, they're not lost, but it's
well,
like
we got ADD in between these hobbies.
Hey guys, we got to keep ourselves busy, right? I mean, but there's different things. There's family busy. There's spiritual busy, right? I'm not going to get in hardcore into that, but there's spiritual busy. That's an important thing.
Right.
But then there's also your own fulfillment busy, whether that's
There's a
writing,
difference between hobbies and interests.
whatever it is. It could be gardening. There's a lot of dudes that garden.
Well, you're writing a novel, aren't you?
I've written
Or a
17
script.
novels.
Or a
17
script,
novels,
I
huh?
should say.
Yeah. No.
I thought you
Letters
said
to
you bought,
Playboy
like-
don't count as novels.
I want to. But I'll be honest with you. I haven't dedicated the time
There's going to be
because
about,
I'm trying to make our CNC machine business a success.
I think it will be. We just need to get the damn thing to work.
Well, we're
Yeah.
getting a new X rail
I know.
on the 17th.
Is that what the decision is now? They're going to send us an X-Pro?
Yes.
Yeah,
Fuck.
a whole damn X rail, dude. I applaud them for that.
And we need to send the other one back within 50 days.
Oh, we get
Okay.
charged for it.
Postpaid.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, what they should have done
Yes.
is they just should have sent us a new one,
A whole new system.
a whole new system,
No.
and
Well, I'm thinking if
No,
it
that
doesn't
make
work,
sense.
it's the black box.
It's the controller.
So anyway,
All right,
getting back to hobbies.
Yes, please.
Yeah, the CNC is, I think, a great hobby.
Mhm.
I think music. You know, a lot of people
I enjoy
find
music.
time to make music. I'd love to
Oh,
start
make
playing the drums
music.
again. You know,
So playing instruments.
yeah, I'd love to play the drums again. Even you can do it by yourself with drums. Get these electric ones, get a pair of headset, and just play along to
Yeah.
music. You know,
get a
So
couple,
I think
couple
if-
pencils.
Yeah, I think if you.
yeah, do some
I
air
think if
drumming.
you. So if you were a band guy and you were
some air
good at it,
guitar.
I
Fuck,
think
Chuck just
Oh,
mentioned a couple
I
days
am
ago
good
he
at
wants
it.
to start he wants to
Well-
re-embark on the whole drum thing.
So here we go. So I think
Yeah.
if you were a band guy or a musician in high school and maybe into college,
yeah, dudes like us band.
and you had to put it on hold, right? Because life
Yeah.
happened,
Well,
kids happened,
yeah.
and then guess what?
Once
That
you
shit-
leave college,
that
that,
sh-
that kind of goes on hold.
and that musical thing bubbles back up, man. It's
It
a
does.
love. It's a passion.
Yeah.
So
It does.
I think you're 100% right. I
And
think
not
comes back
that,
up.
not just that, but like, yeah, you've learned guitar, but now you want to learn drums. You want to be the whole Dave Grohl thing, you
There
know?
you go.
I'm not
I
a
like
fa-
it.
I'm not
You
a
know,
fan of
record the whole album
Foo
yourself.
Fighters.
And then you end up on a band playing at the rail yard,
I want to be a beatboxer.
playing
I wish I could play at the rail.
playing the Commodores.
and Ambrosia.
Too hot to trot now, baby.
Who's gonna play the trombone?
Bum, bum, bum,
I don't-
bum, 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 bum.
Hey,
This is not how to twine.
yeah,
That's Wild Cherry.
it is Wild Cherry. That's a white guy, by the way.
Well, is it?
Yeah.
Play
It
that
is a
funky
white
music,
guy.
white guy.
Is
You
that
didn't know that?
racist?
It's white cherry.
You know, I say that because I went to Orlando, Universal Studios with Barry.
That's in Florida.
With Barry on a PeopleSoft conference, and Casey and the Sunshine Band took the stage.
KC's white.
I know.
You didn't know that?
I had no idea.
Really?
So while
He's a white guy surrounded by black
How
guys.
stupid is that? So everybody else is like, you know, he opened up with some awesome song that he has. He has so many,
Boogie
and they're all
shoes.
bouncing around
Play
and jumping.
that funky
and I'm
music,
lit-
white guy.
That's Wild
and,
Cherry.
and I'm
Come on.
Casey
literally
and the Sunshine
standing
Band's
there.
like,
You should ask,
Oh,
have Barry tell this story. Everybody's jumping around, and I'm just standing there staring. And I turn to Barry, and I'm like, KC is white. And he's just like lost it.
he's white.
Oh, he lost it. He,
I knew that when I was 10.
I had no idea. And I'm going with the fact that I was raised overseas.
That doesn't matter.
oh, here we
Yes,
go.
it was. I'm hearing
Why
impaired.
does that matter?
I'm hearing
Oh, is
impaired.
that?
You heard the music just like I
I'm
did.
hearing impaired, and I'm a foil of this podcast.
They
mind
didn't have
you.
YouTube.
Oh.
Mind you,
foil.
mind you, the foil
No,
has spoken.
That's on you.
The
you have
foil
to
has
own
spoken.
It. You have
Dude,
to
you're
own
more
that.
like a fucking plastic wrap.
Isn't that crazy though? Anyway, I thought that was great.
What,
Anyway,
KC's
so
white?
wild turkey or whatever you just said, wild
Cherry.
chicken.
I'm your boogeyman.
That's what I am.
Was this Elvis?
I'm here
Oh,
to
that's
do.
that's Casey and the Sunshine.
No, that was
Whatever
Elvis
I
and the
can.
Sunshine Band.
No, what are you saying? There's other
Casey.
Just like the Village People.
the village
What-
people.
what-
That's the way. I like it. Please don't go.
What other white bands have been potentially mistaken as black?
Public Enemy.
ABBA.
Public Enemy. That
ABBA?
was the worst example ever. We are
No
the
one.
dancing
Journey would be the most
ABBA.
Journey would be the most.
ABBA.
I'd
No,
probably say
not
Beastie
Journey.
Boys.
What about Eminem?
Eminem?
Eminem.
Maybe.
Yeah, Beastie Boys. Yeah.
Snow.
Beastie Boys, maybe.
Color Me Bad.
Snow would be one.
Backstreet Boys.
Informer. Now.
That's a great one. That's a great song.
No,
Milli
it's
Vanilli.
not.
Milli Vanilli.
Okay, first
Yeah.
off, we don't know if they're white or black or
I
what.
don't know.
Well, they
Yeah.
We
are.
have no
they
idea
are
that-
black
because
but
they
there are people
weren't
that
real.
They're
actually
the
sang
Jussie
it.
Smollett of bands.
They weren't even real. We have no idea what they really were.
They were session singers.
Actually,
they didn't even sing.
the
They were
Jussie
session
Smollett
lip
of bands
syncers.
is an underrated quote.
So, yeah, okay. Oh, here we go. Milli Vanilli. Very nicely done, Mr. Producer. All right. So they
I believe
were,
they were Kenyan and attacked Jussie Smollett.
okay. So I think the stage band was black. You're looking at them.
Yeah, the
And
actual
and
singers.
the actual artists were black as well, but very fat and unattractive.
The one on the left.
Mhm.
Are you
killed
sure?
himself.
Yes, that is a fact.
The guy
I
in
thought
red
they
killed
both
himself,
ended up
yeah.
killing themselves.
No,
Did they really?
no.
What?
The one on the left killed
What?
himself.
Why?
He couldn't handle it. It was like years later.
Well, they're both dead.
I don't believe so.
I believe they're both passed away.
No, I think
No,
one
there
of
it
them,
is.
Yeah, no, he's not
Meet
dead.
the real singers who secretly sang for
That's
Milli
the
Vanilli.
real singers.
There you go.
He's just a bald dude.
What? They had a couple songs.
Two. Yeah.
Sing it to the rain or something like that. What was that?
Blame it.
Blame it on the rain. Blame it on the rain. And then they had
Blame it on Lorraine.
no.
Yeah.
The rain.
Yeah, Lorraine. That's what I said.
I don't think so.
No. I
Blame
think
it on the rain.
Agree to disagree.
Okay,
Milli
okay.
Vanilli returns for a new album.
I thought they were dead.
Oh, they had a cartoon. Oh my god.
No, right there.
What was the other one though? They
I
had
think his name is
really
Fabio.
big hit.
Yeah, that's the guy who's alive. They did.
What was that? Was such a scandal though.
Oh,
Robin
they-
Fab.
They were nominated for Grammy.
The fact that the
They
studio
won Grammy.
Did they win the what Grammy?
Yes,
I'm
the,
damn
did
sure.
they revoke it? Did they revoke
I
it?
don't know. Did they ever revoke any of that bullshit?
The studio
Ever?
The studio.
Do they
singers.
ever revoke any Grammy,
I don't know.
Pulitzer, Nobel,
they
anything
don't.
that was based on bullshit ever?
Like
Sean,
Cuomo's Emmy.
I need the top 3 songs of Milli Vanilli. Can you get that for me?
Yes, I have All or Nothing, Girl, You Know It's True, and The Moment of Truth.
Girl, you know it's true.
That's
the
the big one. Girl,
Yeah.
you know it.
And yet it's not true.
Ooh, ooh,
Yeah,
ooh, I
Girl,
love
you know it's true, and yet it's not true.
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh, that was bad. I didn't do good.
No.
Baby, don't forget my number.
I apologize.
Baby, Blame It on the Rain. Actually, what I told you was albums, not
Yeah.
songs.
Oh, baby, don't forget my number. I don't
Girl,
know
you
how that
know
one
it's
goes.
true.
Baby, don't forget my number.
Baby,
You know it.
Yeah.
All your songs sound the same.
Girl,
Well-
I'm gonna miss you.
Well, it's because,
Michael Jackson?
it's because I have a cough.
Oh, well, there you go.
Anyway,
Oh, there they
how
are.
we get off on Milli Vanilli? Oh, bands that are white that can be mistaken for black.
Right.
That's where we were.
That's where I was.
I think we should start dressing like that
I already do.
with the tights and the
When I go downtown,
Jacket.
when I go downtown for work, that's exactly what I wear.
Those are the only types of clothes that fit me now.
stretch clothing.
Shut the front door,
I think they were ahead of their time.
dude. You couldn't fit in an outfit like that like 20
Oh, those
years
stretchy
ago.
pants, those little black
Oh,
bicycle
hell
pants?
no.
Oh, hell. I mean,
Hell
not those,
no.
but, you
You
know.
look like a sausage.
I with my freaking junk all squashed up like that? Of
Oh,
course.
moose knuckling.
Yeah, that'd be.
Did you say moose knuckling?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a new
Moose
term
knuckle.
for me.
Yeah, well, it's camel toe and a moose knuckle.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
I think that's
Thank you.
that's who's in the White House,
Thanks for
White House
sharing.
right now, right?
Camel toe
Camel
is
doing Moose Knuckle.
moose knuckles. The other dude.
All right, can we get back to hobbies for a second?
I thought we were talking about bands that you mistaken.
Well, I
for
know. I think
black
I
you
think that
thought they
ran
were
its
white.
course.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Did it run its course? How about
I mean-
black bands that can be mistaken for white?
Living Color.
Living Color. That. Oh damn. You beat
Yeah,
me
I
to it.
don't know. They were an awesome band.
They were-
Loved them.
Oh yeah, they were very,
no,
very
Nat
good.
King Cole.
But I would never mistake them for white.
Little Richard.
Kelly
Maybe.
Loggins. Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins was white.
Hey, who's the I was thinking the other one, but who's the guy that sings Michael
McDonald.
Michael McDonald? Yeah.
Oh, you nailed it. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Michael
Michael
McDonald.
McDonald. There you go.
Oh, my
He
God.
kind of sounds like he's black.
No, he doesn't.
No. Actually, he's got a very soulful voice.
It's
Yeah.
a unique voice.
How about
It's
Michael
not
Bolton?
Well, hold on. The one of the
Barry White.
Barry White sounds very black.
George Michaels.
He is white.
He is white.
George
is
Michaels is. But what I'm saying,
We're talking about
is
black people that sound white.
We're talking about the antithesis of the singer, regardless whether they're white or black. You think they're the opposite?
No,
so,
I don't think he sounds black.
Well, I mean, but he
He sounds
had,
very poppy.
but he had a soul album.
So let's go from this from a different perspective. What artists have you ever been like completely surprised when you saw them because that's not what you thought?
Cyndi Lauper.
What did you think?
Not that she had pink hair and nipple rings and stuff like that.
Okay, so you didn't think like a racial thing, but just
No,
not
just
what
the way
you
she
thought.
looked like, right?
All right, what else?
Man, it's got to be some dude with a really low voice, and have it some small little guy, and you're like, that came out
How
of
about
you? I don't
how
know.
about Rick
Rick
Ashley.
Ashley?
Rick Ashley? That voice did not match that body.
No, you're correct.
Never gonna give you up.
Stop
Never
Rick
gonna
rolling
let you
me.
down. Can I give another?
Do
one?
not Rick roll me.
Here's another one.
Rick Roll.
Sinead O'Connor. When I first saw her in a video, I'm like, no hair,
No,
Did
that
you?
matched.
Okay.
pretty, but
Okay.
no hair.
That matched for me.
Here's
all
here's the thing. We all grew up in the MTV era where we saw videos and saw the artists.
At the same time.
So did you think Prince looked like Prince when you heard Prince?
that's a good point.
So we all got and we all went from, hey, Christopher Cross. We don't know what Christopher Cross looks like, right?
Yeah,
Right.
To-
Christopher Cross was like a fat dude,
A
right?
fat dude, yes, but he had a beautiful voice, right?
Yeah.
But then we went to White Snakes. We know exactly what White Snake looks like, right?
Who's the guy who sang your Swedish saxophone lady? What's his Gary? What's her name?
Gary Puckett and Union Gap.
No, your Swedish saxophone teacher. She could play the song.
Oh,
Gary Rafferty.
Jerry Rafferty.
Jerry Rafferty.
Yeah.
Jerry Rafferty.
Have you seen what he looks
Baker
like?
Street. Baker.
Great song. by
Jerry
the way.
Rafferty.
One of the
Jerry Rafferty.
one of the top 10 saxophone
Do
songs.
do 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 down on Baker Street.
Well, I'm thinking of the old pictures here with the big old glasses.
Did he do Baker Street?
Yes,
Yeah.
Jerry Rafferty. That one right there.
Oh.
He does not look like he can
was
sing
a
a
singer
tune.
dead at
Yikes.
63.
Yeah, so
He had he had two massive hits.
couple massive hits. Yeah.
Yeah, I
What
was
was
gonna
the
say,
second
he,
one?
Hey, he was not a one-hit wonder. He was
Oh, he's a two-hit wonder.
two-hit wonder.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? You got to respect that because there were some bands that never made it to two.
How about Chris
Uh-huh.
Isaac, Wicked Game?
Great.
Well, he was an attractive guy, though.
He was an
Was
attractive
he?
guy.
He wasn't as attractive as
didn't-
Billy Squire.
Well, hold on. He wasn't as attractive as the woman that was rolling around on the beach in his video.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Helena-
Look up
Helena
Wicked
Christensen.
Game.
Helena Christensen.
Wicked
Mr.
Game.
Producer,
Who- you
please
know-
look
you know
up
the
Wicked
name
Game.
of the
There we go.
model.
Yes,
my
right there.
No, it's up.
That video.
Good
There
Lord,
you go.
stop.
Yeah, quite sexy and erotic.
Wow.
It was the eyeliner.
Yeah.
Was
but-
it?
No.
Or was it the
Oh my
fucking
God.
fact that she was fucking hot?
hot.
All right.
Hotter than hot. Hotter than hot.
Should have eyeliner on them in the video.
She looks like she's 5.
But she had like sand all over her
Hey,
boobies.
all right. Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever.
Dude, it's weird. It's different when you've got daughters. You know,
I have 3
which
boys.
none of you
No,
do.
No.
Yeah, all these women look hot right now. I have 3 boys.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with that, Sean. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, son.
Oh,
Good luck with all that.
You have to deal with that. I
that's why I
don't.
carry a gun everywhere. Always gotta be ready to kill someone.
Can you go back to Rick Isley? Is it Rick?
About Fats Domino.
Hold on, go back to the picture you were showing earlier. Rick somebody.
Rick Ashley.
So I gotta say, a lot of times people don't age gracefully. He's a good-looking dude.
Yeah, he's super gay.
Is he really?
God.
Dude, he doesn't have to do anything but
How
spend
would
money
you?
on himself.
How would you know that? How would you know he's gay? I would know. I know
His
nothing.
dick tastes like shit.
I
He's
know
never gonna-
nothing.
yes.
Oh, you.
He's never gonna give you
asshole.
up.
What?
That sucked. So,
You do what?
I mean, seriously. I mean, I know nothing about this dude, but I tell you what, he's a one-hit wonder, and apparently they
He
still
looks
have
a little like Martin Short.
they still have pictures of him
He
because
does.
I guess he's still singing. I don't know. Good-looking dude.
I guarantee he's singing the same song
I guarantee it.
and he's milking it. Which
Why wouldn't
Oh, he
Go
is
for it.
milking it.
He's got a nice head. He's
Hey,
milking it all
I
right.
can promise you, he's making more money
He's
than
got
I
all
am.
that free gel.
yeah.
He's still
He's
singing
got
that
all kinds
song.
of hair gel.
I'm just saying, I respect the fact that he's still a good-looking dude. I mean, a lot of times you see these guys,
What about Dexy the Midnight Runners?
they go bad. They go.
Do they
Those
look
are
like
just
what you
deep
think?
cuts. Now you're
No,
Dexy
that's
the-
Come On Eileen. That's a big hit.
Oh, I don't like that song, but it's a big hit.
Do you know what they look like?
I
well,
do
it's a
not.
huge
Bunch of
group.
Irish redheads.
Is it
Dexy
really?
the Midnight
No.
Runners is kind of like a
No.
it
Let's see,
reminds me
DEXI.
of a gypsy traveling band.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
look like a.
And
Yeah,
There it
they-
is.
they
like
look
Fleetwood
a-
Mac.
Yeah, Fleetwood Mac is another one. They're actually with Stevie Nicks.
She's a witch,
Well,
a very hot one.
she used to be hot.
I think she's hot.
She
Yeah,
was hot.
the guy in
Well,
the
I mean, they
in
were
the
all
dark
were
hair.
hot, just like the two lead singers of Heart. They were both hot.
Yeah.
well at
and
one
now they're
time.
not.
Well, one of them.
No, they're both not hot
Can-
now.
can you
'Cause they're
name-
old.
can you name
Way to go.
a female singer that isn't hot? And that's a loaded question, but can you name
Yeah.
name a female singer that isn't hot?
That was never hot, even
Right.
when in their
Right.
prime.
Besides Lizzie. or
Aretha
whatever.
Franklin.
Yeah, I'm fine.
No, she was a hell
Fine
of a
with that.
singer, but
Never
never.
It's
she
a
was
loaded,
big-
it's
how
a
about-
loaded question.
How about Katrina from the Katrina and the Waves?
God, what does she look like?
I did not find her hot ever.
Okay. But like, there's a lot of
I don't know, man. It's kind of
I mean,
tough because
Samantha
they,
Fox. I mean,
She's
Really?
hot.
come on.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
Oh, so the point you're making is if you made it,
Yeah,
if you
it's
made
based on
Yeah.
charisma.
You had to be
90%
Britney
of it.
Spears or whatever.
it,
Yeah,
What about the lead singer
Yeah,
from-
yeah.
no, the
like
point,
9 times out of 10,
time out. The point
you're
is
a
valid.
female singer. You're hot.
The point is valid. You don't make it in the commercial industry
Yeah.
unless you're hot.
Yeah,
Well, you have
What
to have.
about
a
a
Or
commer-
you have to be insanely
insanely good.
I don't think Cindy. I don't think
talented.
Cindy
like
Lauper was
Stevie,
attractive.
like Stevie,
point.
Stevie Ray Vaughan, Stevie. God damn it,
Stevie
Ray
Van-
Vaughan?
Stevie
Ray
Ray
Vaughan.
Vaughan. I mean, he was an ugly mofo, but that guy was blessed.
Oh,
You know what?
Say with Axl
Guys
Rose,
don't have to be as good looking as girls, and I hate to say it, they don't.
No.
lead singer for Aerosmith.
They
Eddie
don't.
Murphy
Well,
did a whole
dog
spiel
ugly.
on it. You don't have to be hot to be a guy to sing, as long as you can sing.
Tracy Chapman, not good looking,
No.
insanely talented.
Yeah.
Lead singer of the Pylons.
What the
Another
hell?
one.
You
Right?
come up with weird ass shit. Pylons?
Yeah, Tracy Chapman is a
Yeah.
good one, but that is one bark.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
not ugly. Hold on.
Really? I mean, she's ranked up there next to
She
Whoopi
kind of looks like
Goldberg.
Cam Newton there, though.
Yeah, kind of.
or that Michelle
But
Obama.
insanely talented. I'm trying to.
Yeah, she insanely
I'm trying
talented.
To,
Yeah,
I'm going on
yeah.
your
Love her
premise.
voice.
I'm going on your premise of made it. Hold on. This is
Made
actually
it.
this is actually a tribute to them. Like I'm giving an
Yeah.
accolade.
What about Jewel?
Despite not being. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
well,
Good point.
Yeah, Jewel looks like the,
Well,
the
because she
typical
fixed-
Arkansas
Well,
chick.
and then she fixed her teeth.
Did she?
Yes,
I don't
she
thi-
did. Absolutely.
I didn't know
Top
that.
it, I had
Go
a thing
look-
for
look
Jewel.
up
All right,
pictures
you
of
got to type
Jewel.
in Jewel and new mouth.
What problem do you have with Jewel outside of the snaggletooth? I mean,
Oh, dude.
There was an issue there. I'm just going to be honest.
no.
What? Is her teeth?
Yeah.
Oh
What's-
yeah,
what's
she's got.
Good- No, because that's Jewel Staith. That doesn't count. That's from Firefly.
Yeah,
Well,
they were
No,
jacked,
but these other Jewel.
they were jacked up
What-
at one point, but she
what's
fixed
wrong
them.
with that Jewel?
Wow. I mean, the old Jewel looked like she used to chew on rocks as a kid.
She
There
could
was
sing.
one snaggletooth,
Boy, she could
and you're
sing
gonna
like
kick
shit,
her out
though,
of bed
man.
for eating crackers.
I
you know-
never said that.
But that's an interesting point that we're making.
However, sandwich.
She's a beautiful woman with jacked up teeth, and,
oh,
and
one jacked
I
up
know,
tooth.
but hold on. And despite the
Look,
fact,
Hot.
I know.
all
so,
across
so
the
let me
board.
make my point.
Yeah, but look at that.
So despite the fact that she had
Yeah, I
teeth
know.
that were not perfect,
There's a one snaggletooth behind the other one,
And
and then all of a sudden you're gonna throw her out of bed.
but the point is we still,
I think she's attractive.
but we still judged
Like
her.
this ain't Wheezy from fucking Jefferson's or
And
something.
she's got a mustache.
But we still judged her. and how I'm saying that's wrong.
So does Elaine from
it's
Seinfeld.
wrong, but we still judged her.
What about the Weather Girls?
I didn't judge her. I didn't judge Jewel at all. I thought she was beautiful.
Yeah, I thought she
And
was
I thought
pretty.
her voice was fantastic.
Good
I
for
have
you.
never,
Yeah, look at
never
that.
And
once
look at
would
those
have.
boobs.
Yeah, I wouldn't care what her mouth looked
She's
like.
had some work done there, it looks like.
Looks like it.
Well,
What about the Weather Girls?
I would do it too.
Weather Girls,
Oh, yeah.
Weather Girls, huh?
the Go-Go's.
No, the Weather Girls.
I've never even heard of them.
Have you heard
Is
the
that-
stories of the Go Girls? Go Girls? Wait.
No.
The Go-Go's.
The Go
not
Go's.
music group.
Yes.
Not
Were they all gay?
Pulled a bunch of
No, they would
There
go.
they
Oh,
are. They're the
man.
Weather Girls.
Oh,
I guarantee it's raining men.
yeah.
Oh,
Raining man.
how about the people that say ba-doom, boom, 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 doo-wah, doo-wah, ooh, ooh, dee-dee. It's all about the boys from New York City. He's kind of He's really tough.
Well, the ladies in this. Remember the?
Do you remember who sang that?
Remember the CC Power Machine?
God bless it.
Everybody dance now.
Everybody dance now.
It was one of those ladies singing
That was them?
It was one of them.
They look like school teachers.
It wasn't that. That's another Milli Vanilli thing. Because in the video, you had some voluptuous lady singing
Yes.
"Everybody Dance Now," but it's one of them ladies that sings it actually.
That's a good point.
Really?
That
Yes.
didn't get called out, did it? That scandal.
No, not like Milli Vanilli.
Well, was it a scandal?
Milli
Milli
Vanilli
Vanilli
was.
was.
But
Milli Vanilli was a massive
Yeah,
scandal.
no one gives a fuck, though.
Yeah, I don't know which one it is, but Martha Washington, I think, is her name, was the one who ends up singing that CC Power Machine,
I don't even care.
Power Factory,
I
Music
really don't.
Factory, whatever.
If she got the voice to do it, then do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they couldn't want. They didn't want her in the video.
Well, some of these
She's an older black
some
woman.
of these folks like
fat.
you don't want, like, for example, you got these rockers that
House
are
musicians, right? That know how to play the instrument, but they don't have the look, and so they just
Well, that's most
they're on
white
their,
guys.
Yeah, they're on the album. Well, it can be a white, black, whoever.
Look at Ronnie
You know.
James Dio. He's like 4.5 feet tall.
Oh, he's quite ugly,
Yeah,
but he's good.
he's got a great voice.
He's good.
You know, you've got a bunch of, but then you've got the opposite. You know, you got
Well, Elton John.
man.
Does he attract the male? Do you think?
I guess.
He's-
You know what? His
he's-
music is
he's
such
flashy. The way that
he's a performer.
That fish bait is flashy.
He's
He is not
he's
attractive
a performer,
at all. I mean,
No.
look at this. I mean, he's not attractive.
But people love
But he's
him
talented.
because he's a performer.
But what I'm
People
saying
love-
is, he's gay? Does he attract the men?
he attracts somebody because he has young talent hanging out with his house all the time, and whether it's paid for or not, it's irrelevant.
Well, that could be. I want to be near him to get my break, kind of a thing.
Well, I mean, wasn't he married to a young, in his 20s kind of guy?
Well, he was married to a woman at one point, I think, and then
Yeah, he married
was
a woman
her name
first.
Joseph?
no.
No, he married a woman first, and then they divorced, and then he married a guy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
well,
there it is, right there. Renee.
Blah.
Bleu.
that's weird.
Renate Blowell.
Bleu.
Blue. It's a blue. That is an odd name, but she looks familiar. But she's got beautiful blue eyes, doesn't she?
Yeah.
That perfect nose.
There's always something
And he never took
to
advantage of that either.
dark
God,
hair.
look how big those
Look-
eyes are.
Look, dark hair and blue eyes has
God, man.
has an inherent attractiveness to it because there's a contrast.
Yeah,
Then you
that-
have him with the
she's-
little red.
he's an odd
McDonald's
character.
glasses.
I mean, he has a movie out, right?
It was
yeah,
good.
Yeah,
Rock.
Rocket Man.
It was good.
Yeah, Rock. I saw it.
Rocket
It was
Man.
it's pretty sad. That I think it came out around the same time that the Freddie Mercury movie came out.
Came out
Ish.
after because they were trying to capitalize on the Queen thing.
Ish, but
Yeah.
you know what? It worked, and I think there are two great
What was
stories
the
that
Queen
need to be
movie?
told.
The Bohemian Rhapsody. is
Yeah.
what it was
Yeah,
called.
I mean, two great stories. I mean,
Yeah.
about two fantastic singers. I mean, it's a story that needs to be told, and people need to look at that.
Wow,
Ronnie
there's
James
a lot
Dio
of
right
Ronnie
there.
James Dio. Gosh, she is super
My
ugly.
God, he
Look
looks
at
like
that.
Skeletor.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this about the power of Grayskull.
Yeah, he is not attractive. But man, his voice is unique and strong.
He's the last in there.
Did you ever look at the Ronnie James Dio albums and then turn over the album or the
Playing
CD,
back-
Turn it upside down.
turn it upside down, and it said devil, right?
Does it?
Did you play it backwards or did you turn it upside down?
Just look up Dio album, Mr. Producer.
Dio
And-
album cover.
Yes, album cover. And what? Okay, so the D-O here, if you turn it upside down, it looks like D-E-V-I-L. Going backwards.
Well, there you have it.
Actually, it does.
Yeah, turn that around. D-E-V-I-L.
Oh,
There
Yeah.
you go. Yep.
That was on purpose, though.
It was on
yeah, I'm
purpose.
sure it is.
Just like Kiss. Kids in service to Satan.
Or kids in
Really?
What?
servitude.
Never heard that.
Yes.
That is ridiculous.
No, no. Were you not Catholic? You're Catholic.
Kids in service to
kind of.
Satan.
Yes.
I never heard that.
KISS is kids in Satan's service.
I thought they wanted to kiss everyone.
I just thought the name was Kiss.
Their love gun.
Fucking love gun.
Yeah,
Love
they
gun.
No, Kiss was.
they had a
I think
way
we
of
talked about
making
this
up
last week. Kiss
everything.
was a very, very average band that just happened to be the sign of the times for them.
Iconic.
Yeah, you talked
Yeah.
about the other day, and I agree with you. There's a lot of average bands.
Yeah, It just- they
AC/DC,
make the ticket.
AC/DC,
Yeah,
who I give
Great
them
music,
for
though.
creating
Yeah, well,
Good music.
I
Yeah.
give them for creating
paved the way.
licks. Okay, they have the licks. Okay,
It's not just the looks, but it's
And the
part.
hooks.
It's the
And
voice.
the hooks.
The voice too. You know,
The
you
hooks.
had
Very
Bon
unique.
Scott,
yeah.
and you had Brian.
No,
Yeah.
you have
it's
to have
definitely
that.
a unique talent.
You
but
have to have that. But you
It's-
don't have to have a lot of. You don't have to have Eddie Van Halen talent or Stevie Ray Vaughan talent.
just like that.
No, not like that at all. No.
That's
You
Eddie Van
just
Halen.
have to
Eddie
have.
Van Halen was a
you just-
genius. That was
He
a big.
was.
That was a big loss this year.
what Eddie Van Halen?
That was
Yeah.
last year, wasn't it?
I thought it was this year.
No, it was last year.
Yeah.
Was it really?
I think so. Yeah.
Do we need to cover the big deaths of 2021?
We need to do that next week. So we need to do our research. So he died in 2020. Yeah, last year.
Oh shit!
October.
That was I can't believe it. It's been over a year.
All right.
Yes.
Would you miss him?
I do.
They show up in your family
he was my
functions?
favorite artist of all time, without hands down. Van Halen was my band growing up as a kid.
Well,
Was
Yeah.
it true that he had his tongue cut out?
He was battling tongue and
Throat
throat
cancer, right? Yeah. I knew
oh, because he put the picks in his mouth.
Well, that's what he attributed it to, was metal picks.
Yeah.
It wasn't a smoking.
No, he said it was metal picks. He said the part of the tongue that he had to have cut out while he was fighting tongue cancer was exactly where he puts his pick.
That's interesting.
And not where he put his cigarette.
That's what he said.
that. Who knows?
I mean, he would know.
I mean, it makes sense.
Think about it. If he curls it, I don't know exactly how unique it was, like under his tongue or right on the edge, or he said exactly where he puts his pick.
Oh,
is-
so he'd keep one in his mouth for when
Yep.
he needed another one.
Yep.
Boom. Oh, I didn't know that.
and that's where the cancer was.
It seemed fair. I mean,
he would
So
know.
it's under his tongue.
I don't know exactly where it was.
What do you have a slice? Did he slice it have like a pocket
I don't know.
in there?
He was like a kangaroo tongue.
a little
He's
It
pouch
had
in
a
there.
pouch,
Marsupial
a
tongue?
marsupial pouch.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
The
So-
ugly truth about Olmsted.
Anyway,
Maybe he should use plastic picks. I don't
Well,
know.
yeah.
Well,
he
in
probably-
retrospect,
probably
it's-
would
Same.
now.
It's a moot point
But think
at
about
this
it:
point.
40
Yeah.
years of playing guitar, or whatever it was. Probably
Or
40 years.
I think he played guitar. Whatever it was.
No, 40 years though.
Right.
That's the whatever I'm talking about.
Okay.
40 years. I don't know how long
You're not doubting the guitar. You're doubting the time.
He was
the
good.
time. Yeah, I don't know how long he played guitar.
Let's say since
I'm going. I mean, he
you
was
know.
60 something.
since the 70s to when he died in 2020.
Well,
Oh,
Van Halen
50.
started in 72.
Yeah.
So
And he was playing before that.
So
No, that was his first
50.
gig. first time he picked
50
up
years.
72
Is that what it said?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
with the creation of the band. First time he picked up a guitar.
Oh, you're being a smart ass, you dick. No, I heard the story was he played drums and Alex played guitar,
And they realized they both sucked.
and then they swapped. That's the story I read.
I'm waiting for the Van Halen movie.
There's a movie.
I bet there will be.
Oh, there should be.
Should
Made
be.
some great music, a great story.
Oh, I would love
David
that.
Lee Roth, the
I
whole
mean,
from the beginning
you
to
two
end.
had their own movie, Rattle and Hum.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't Van Halen do a movie like that?
That
That'd be
doesn't
great.
count as a movie.
Well, just the whole lifespan, right?
I agree.
Starting out as
documentary.
just like the Bee Gees, right? Have you watched the Bee Gees commercial or
No.
documentary?
I have.
Yeah.
I need
It's great.
to. Yeah,
it's great.
Is it on Netflix?
No,
Okay,
I think it's on HBO.
I need to find it
Um,
because I love the Bee Gees. I think
well,
I
the
have
Bee Gees
tremendous-
documentary was.
I have a tremendous amount of respect for the Bee Gees.
They
Yeah,
were
they had a lot
responsible
of struggles.
for many,
A lot
many
of
hits.
struggles.
Well, they broke up for a while.
HBO
Yeah,
Max.
well, the brother wanted to control, or the brother felt he should have, he should be the lead singer, and then
They all sang.
No, Robin on the right
Yeah.
felt he needed to be the lead
he
singer.
wanted to be the lead, and Barry,
Barry.
basically he was groomed
Barry.
by American influence to be the lead singer by the record labels here in the United States.
But he
And
had so
then-
much better chest hair.
Well, I mean, whatever. I mean, at the end of it, they were still they're great. They're a great band.
Well,
They
they're
harmonize very well.
If
with
you
each
want to
other.
watch,
I
I've got
love 'em.
HBO Max. I've got it. If you want to come over and watch it, so it'll take 2 hours, and it's fascinating because they start out not disco at all, and they break up, and they're almost done, and they try to figure out, okay, what do we do next?
They were amazing during the disco era.
It's Eric Clapton.
No way.
Eric Clapton got them into the falsetto and the disco sound.
Like he just advised them what to do, or he wrote their music.
He advised them. He goes, "You need to go with this sound."
And they all had the falsetto, but like crazy falsetto.
I think that was Eric
yeah.
Clapton.
Well, that's interesting because
Down in
I mean,
Miami.
they really have the falsetto. I mean, but
Look at that. It says
really
interviews
worked for
with
them.
Eric Clapton.
That might be the last funny skit on SNL was the Barry Gibb talk show.
Oh, where he like talks all
Yeah.
high
Talking
voice.
it up on the Barry Gibb talk show. Talk about
Yeah,
politics.
you know,
I tell you what, they
if
had high.
SNL was, I mean, they really have some funny stuff. It's just, it's
Dude, but they've lost it.
But
they,
not
they gave it up. They
They're-
gave it up.
they're too,
too woke.
they're too involved into
I
the
tell you what.
wokeness.
I tell you what. The one funny thing they
political,
got
right?
going
Yeah,
now.
way too political.
The one thing the funny
Wait,
they got
they
going
have one-
now
wait, they have one
is the
funny thing?
weekend update. They got the black guy and the white
now
guy.
that's funny, where they make you write each other's content.
Yeah, and they don't know until they read it, and it's highly racialized.
Oh yeah. Oh,
and it's
totally
funny. That's the only thing I
controversial.
think is funny right now.
Yeah. You know what? See if you can pull up a skit
there
from
you
that. It's the Weekend Update SNL. Yeah, those guys
those
right
two
there.
guys.
That is. See if you can find a little video clip of that.
So they're pretty good, huh?
Well, yeah, they're extremely funny. They're extremely racist because they write each other's shit
Like,
and they
for
try
shock
to
value.
fuck with each other. Oh yeah, and they're reading it. They're like, oh, this isn't gonna go bad, but I gotta finish it. You know?
So why do they not get canceled for that?
Well, because
Why do they have a
Well,
pass?
because the black guy is writing the black
I know,
racist
but
jokes.
you understand where I'm going.
Oh,
here.
I know.
See if you
yeah,
can play.
Why do they get a pass
producer.
and no other comedians do?
I don't know.
I don't like that, but I would like to see a clip of it.
Well, say the weekend update highlights because you need to find the one where they kind of sniff because it's not every single one.
Regular use of marijuana may disrupt people's sleep. That's adorable, said Cocaine.
Yeah, like this one is not.
It was
But
reported that Sylvester Stallone will star in a new TV series playing an Italian mob boss from Kansas City in what is a absolute nightmare scenario for the closed captioning guy.
So he didn't write that. The other guy did.
No, there's certain sections where they do it, and it's only certain episodes they do it with, and it's funny.
I would like to see one. I've never seen.
So
one.
we could
It's
update.
not worth fighting through SNL.
No, it's
to
not.
See the
You
funny,
watch the clips here.
One
I
funny
don't
clip.
disagree. I don't disagree with what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know how to search for it though.
yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Because
Hold
that's
on.
my frustration. Is like there's.
No,
I don't want to
I've
support them.
banned SNL.
Right. Exactly.
And it's been a long time,
I don't want to support them.
and I don't want to support them, and I don't
Write
want to
others'
hear
jokes.
that.
Yeah, right. Others jokes.
But let's
Yeah, but you gotta. We
let's
gotta,
give it a shot here. This might be a funny concept. All right, let's see what this is.
Guys, tonight is the last show of the season, and Shay and I have decided that our end of the year gifts to each other would once again be jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is funny.
We're making each other read jokes live on air that the other person has never seen before.
And the idea is to keep it fun, light. No one's going to get canceled. No one's families are going to get threatened. You know, have fun.
Sure, we'll see. Why don't you go first?
Well, sure, we'll see.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It says obese
An
monkey
obese
sent to weight loss
monkey
facility.
in Thailand named Godzilla has been sent to a special facility to lose weight. Official realized the monkey was overweight when a bunch of black guys kept hitting on it.
His face.
That was pretty racist, Colin. Las Vegas is opening a pop-up vaccine site in a strip club. And don't worry, the strippers say the vaccine is a lot like Michael Che. Very quick, and you can barely feel it go in.
Look at him go racial
Brothers
every
is
time.
producing a new movie in which Superman is black. And a black Superman actually makes a lot of sense when you remember that Superman was abandoned by his parents as a baby.
That's horrible.
Well, I knew you'd like that one, so here's another one.
Yeah, look at him. He's like,
Warner
there's
Brothers
more?
is producing a new movie in which Superman is black. In this version, black Superman's kryptonite is an honest day's work.
This is great.
Really doubling down on black Superman. San Diego police are being investigated after video surfaced of them using excessive force on a homeless black man accused of urinating in public. But I say great work keeping our streets clean, boys. Yes, sir. Anything the police do is all right with old Mikey Che. I know I'm probably the only black man brave enough to say this on live TV, but blue lives matter even more.
Okay, I like it. Okay, I like it.
Oh.
I tell you
I'm
what.
in. I'm in.
I tell you what. I would at least search for that on YouTube
Yeah.
and watch that. But I don't want to watch the whole show though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
The rest of the show is garbage.
They've jumped the shark on all the. Well, first of all, I don't like some of the people that are on there. They're just absolute hardcore left wing fanatics.
I know. I hate it.
And if they can change their ways, and I don't give a fuck what their policy views are. Just have fun with it. And when they lose the spirit of having fun with it, and where it's
Being
just
vindictive.
downright mean
Yeah.
and aggressive, and
Not just that stupid.
And if you're gonna do that,
It's
do
just-
it on both sides. Make fun of everybody.
But you got to have kind of a stopping point where, like, that's too much. You're
Right.
taking that too far.
Too personal.
You know,
We
he's the
just
president.
watched
Too
two
personal.
guys write each other's jokes from the opposite perspective and get rave funny jokes out of it.
and go way overboard.
And go wait. Well, you
That
know
was
what?
awesome.
You know
I
what?
mean, but funny. That's what comedy's
That's
supposed
what
to be.
comedy is going overboard.
Yes.
But what we get is just vanilla bullshit
yeah, they're trying to water it down.
and trying to
be safe,
and-
to be
yes,
safe.
trying to be safe on one side. I'm only gonna make fun of Ted Cruz. Like, no. How about you make fun of the other ridiculous side equally and go back and
That's
forth
where
and
you have
banter?
Alec Baldwin and the experiences that he's going through, and even though as unfortunate as I know it is for him, and even though I wouldn't wish it on anybody, I'm thinking it's a fucking full circle on karma.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
him-
oh my God, that guy. And if
I don't
there's a
disagree
meme
on that.
going there's a meme going around that says if SNL had any funny bone to them, they would hire Donald Trump to play Alec Baldwin, right? Wouldn't that be awesome?
Actually, that would
They got
be
Donald
Oh
Trump to
my
come there
God,
and do a
that would
monologue
be
as
fucking
Alec
funny.
Baldwin.
that would prove that they're there
that they're there for funniness,
for fun and
Yes.
comedy.
for
Yeah, that's a
comedy,
great point.
and not
Wow.
for political
Talk about-
points.
Yeah,
Talk
but
about
that would be
turning the whole thing
really,
upside down.
really-
Yes, they would flip it on its head and they go, "Oh my!" They would get such ratings.
People would. I
They-
would watch.
that
it.
would
They
be
would
way
get
too
such
dark.
ratings.
People would
It's
talk.
too dark. I
Did
don't-
you
They
see
would talk
Alec?
about it. They watch.
Did you see Alec Baldwin's interview?
Oh my God!
I
what
didn't
the-
see
oh,
it. See
that's
if you could pull
pathetic.
some of that up. Alec Baldwin ABC interview. Now I
he
heard.
blamed her.
Yeah,
Was she in charge of it?
He blamed the
her
gun.
for killing him. Her.
he blamed the gun.
No, he blamed her.
Yeah,
You're talking about the
Because
director?
she asked him to.
Yeah, it's her fault because she asked me to point the gun at her.
Yeah, repeatedly, and they're like, "Oh," she said,
Well,
"Oh," pointed at me.
I'm actually, uh,
I didn't watch any of this, so
I
I
don't know
have
how
no
it's
idea.
his fault. It's not his fault.
Yeah, but they're for some reason they're criticizing
Yeah, I think
him,
that's bullshit.
and they're saying the interview left them with more questions than answers.
Yeah,
and I
that's
don't.
because he's an idiot. But I don't blame him for what happened. He's not responsible for making sure that the damn gun is loaded.
Wait.
He's not responsible for it.
Wait.
Several
No.
people.
Wait,
Well,
wait,
from what I
wait, wait, wait,
understand
wait, wait.
is even the actor looks before he does anything.
Still,
That's gun.
That's gun
no,
protocol on the
That's
sets,
like
from what I
101.
understand.
You're handed a gun and you
You
don't
look.
check it
You
for
look.
live rounds.
Every single
I'm
time.
not blaming him. I'm not.
I am.
I'm not.
I am.
I am.
Here's the only reason why I defend Alec Baldwin on this is that I agree that if anyone hands you a gun, you need to check to see if it's loaded. Absolutely.
I don't
However,
disagree with that. Yeah.
On when you have a gun that is loaded with a prop explosion, pop or sound or smoke, whatever they have in there
Right.
that make it look like it's a blank that looks authentic.
Right.
You know, how are you to know the difference between a real live round and that?
Well,
And
I've
they
heard
have-
other actors saying they look every single time.
Okay, but that's them.
Well, I mean,
That's protocol that you should do.
okay.
well, it's
That
protocol
whole
that they
set
should
was
do.
that whole set was a problem. They had people walking off before this
many-
happened because of the danger
Yeah, but
of what the
How
protocols
many-
were not being
How many
followed.
guns are on how many sets that they have how many actors that and actresses
Well, we
that fire
talked
off,
about this.
weapons.
They had someone
know-
die of a blank that they put up against their head.
Okay, look, yes, a blank against a head is going to get you killed, right?
Yeah.
But a blank against a person who's 20 feet away is not going to kill that person, right? So you can actually look if you look at John Wick or Matrix or
Yeah.
whatever that has a lot of gunfire in it, or any Marvel movie,
Well, I mean,
there are
we gonna
thousands of rounds.
are we
go
gonna hold
off.
him accountable for this?
I think there's some accountability
Yes.
he needs.
I mean, do you think
Yes.
he needs to spend time in jail?
I don't know, but I think there needs to be some accountability for it.
So I mean, so what is the accountability that we I mean, the accountability could be as simple as, hey man, look, moving forward on any set period,
Agreed.
we need to these are the new rules that
Well,
we're going
I
to set
think
in
it needs
place.
to be he needs to
I
be,
agree.
have some kind of at least
Man, look,
probation.
if
and a heavy fine.
I kind of disagree.
I
mean,
disagree, too.
as much as I want to, I don't like the guy, and I don't hate him.
If you're
as much
handed a
as I
gun, a
don't,
revolver, you look.
Jeff, there
It's
were
protocol.
2 armorers, right? The armorers on
You-
set.
That
they were
doesn't
spo-
matter.
And
You
I'm
still
not,
look.
And I'm not disagreeing with them not following protocol. And I'm not saying Alec Baldwin was the reason why they didn't follow protocol. But the bottom line is,
the protocol was jaded.
an armorer and an assistant armorer check the weapon and then
you're
hand it.
and
then
then
hand
you're
it
the
to
final you're the final check.
and then
you
hand
need
it to
to
the
look.
actor.
Yeah, but-
and the actor is supposed to act in the scene and do what he's supposed to do with
And
the
Jeff,
weapon.
you're right.
There's no way
but
it
that
can be Alec
rule
Baldwin's fault.
isn't set in place. That rule.
Well, how do we know? Do you know that?
set in
Well,
place
is there a
by,
rule?
like,
is it a
act-
one-on-one
no,
book for acting that
I
you
think
check
there
this?
is because a lot of people have come out and says I look at every single gun that's handed to me.
Yeah,
I-
but that.
I mean, if that's the case, then okay.
But time out. That's not necessarily protocol. That is what certain actors do because
So
of
we
their
don't
preference.
know. So what I'm hearing is we don't know.
We don't.
You're
we
making
don't.
an
know.
opinion on what you think. I'm making an opinion on what I think. So we don't know what the protocol really is.
Yeah, all we hear is
I mean, if-
what like the New Mexico
If he is supposed
sheriff
to
is
check,
saying.
then
Yeah.
he's supposed to check. If you're an actor and you're a high level actor and someone
and
hands
a producer. of
yeah,
the movie.
man, I don't know. It's
Because what
it's
I've
bad
heard
news.
No, the producer has
Because what I've heard-
extra level of
What I've heard is directors
You
look, the actors look when they're handed a gun. If I
Yeah.
handed you a gun and says, I want you to shoot Sean, are you going to look at the bullet? Yeah, you are.
If I'm an actor and there are 3 people that
It's a
have
real
checked,
gun.
that they have checked the weapon and
It's a real
and they
gun.
tell me this is what you need to handle in your scene. You need to focus on your lines and,
And he-
what you're doing in that
He's
scene.
not a
You
he's
still
not a
look.
gun.
I'm not focused on the weapon.
He's not a
because
gun enthusiast.
And I go
He-
back to
he doesn't know what to check.
I go
for.
back to I don't know who said it, but if the NRA was not as demonized as they are, they could have a presence on these sets to help with this.
I don't
Exactly,
dis- I,
exactly.
I
Well,
don't
I think
disagree,
that's fair.
but you guys are adding.
No,
I think
he's at fault.
I think you're adding.
He has a level of fault with
politics
this.
and emotion to the situation.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
not
I
adding
can't
politics.
I wouldn't care who. If I
I'm
wouldn't
not
care if it was
anti-politics.
Chuck Norris.
I can't stand Alec Baldwin. I can't stand him. I can't stand his politics. But
So
the
you think he should
but
walk
the
free?
But the bottom line is, he, under no circumstances did he intend to kill somebody. Did he intend to shoot
Well, there's different.
somebody?
I'm not saying he
was
should be.
handed a
We're not
weapon.
saying
He shouldn't be murder,
intended.
first-degree murder. It shouldn't be first-degree murder, but there is some culpability on him that he needs to be accountable for.
Now, if you tell me that as the producer, as the lead actor, he had a role in watering down the policies and the procedures, and that put people at risk, I'm 100% with you.
I think that's what
I
happened.
think
Okay.
that's
Okay,
that
then
is-
I'm
that is what
100% with
happened.
you. But if you're talking about, let's say it wasn't Alec Baldwin. Let's say it was some no-name side actor, right? Alec Baldwin had a weapon, and the other.
I think there's a degree
some
of
no-name
culpability.
actor had a weapon, and his discharged and killed
Yes,
not the director, but some light guy,
Yes.
guy holding the lights.
yes,
Would that guy be just as accountable as Alec Baldwin?
I think so.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
Because
to agree
he
to
should have
disagree on
checked.
this one.
He should have checked.
I don't care Alec Baldwin or Miley Cyrus or whoever it is. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
The person
it's
had
kinda
a
tough.
gun in their hand.
I understand what you're saying.
Didn't check it for live rounds
I think that
before they
the rules were extremely
fired.
loose.
I think this
I
set.
think-
I think the set was corrupted before this.
And that,
yeah,
and I think
and
he's
that was
gonna
the
be
trend that people
accountable
were
for
talking
that.
about.
Yeah, I think he's.
The
I think he's in trouble
administrators
beyond
should
that.
be at fault. I
And
don't
he
necessarily
said-
put it on the. I wouldn't necessarily put it on Alec Baldwin. I would put it on the infrastructure.
Well, he
that
is the
him.
infrastructure.
Well, if
Well, we
he-
don't know that. We don't know that.
He's
We
the
do.
executive producer.
He's the executive producer.
Well, but there's hundreds of people involved in the movie.
I know, but he
And-
was having
But there's
people
a
walk
few
off the
executive-
the
there's-
meeting.
Well,
the
what it
movie.
does do is that it creates a fantastic, unfortunately, a fantastic marker moving forward that
This is what needs to happen.
we will always.
But this is not the
check.
first time this has happened.
Well, this is the
Right.
first time it's
Yeah.
gotten to it's got mainstream
been
media like
around
this.
No,
since
when
guns have been
when
around.
Brandon Lee got
Brandon
killed
Lee.
back in the 90s, it was just as big.
How come nobody made? How come nobody
It was.
made charge of that?
Because
Oh,
we
that was
didn't
a
have
big deal.
we didn't have 24/7 news back then either.
Well, but after the
We
Brandon
didn't have
Lee,
woke motherfuckers either.
so after the Brandon Lee incident, it actually like exactly what we're hoping happens, which is more protocol, more regulation. It did cause that. Like they had more safety precautions put into place after the Brandon Lee accident.
Right.
Well, they
Um,
should have specially color coded bullets.
Something,
There's
something,
something needs to
just-
happen.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think it's interesting that the four of us. This is like a 2v2 guy that none of us like,
I can't
Yeah,
stand
no,
it.
and I find that
No.
very interesting.
None of us like him.
I know,
And yet, two of y'all are defending him, and two of us are
Isn't that
like,
it? But I want to absorb
throw
that
this guy
moment.
in jail.
I want to absorb that moment. Don't you think that's kind of cool? That objectively, we're all four of us are giving our opinions about somebody. All four of us don't like the guy. All four of us agree that he's a liberal fuck, and yet we're looking.
I don't think politics come into it.
But
though.
we're looking at the facts of the situation, the circumstances of the situation, and we're all kind of weighing in on.
It's almost like we're
You know
a
what I mean?
jury.
I think this is a cool discussion. That's my point. I think it's a cool discussion that we can have this, and there's passion, right? We're clearly passionate. We're all being loud. Our producer's telling us to calm down.
Hey, I
Right.
will
On our
pose this
screen.
one question that we none of us even put together, but going back 8 subjects ago, would Mike Pence be a good candidate?
No,
no,
he's a pussy. I'm sorry.
No.
Wow, did I just say that?
I don't think he'll be a good candidate.
No, and I don't even think you're like projecting or something like that. But yeah, he's
He's.
a pussy.
I shouldn't have used that.
He's
word.
not a strong person.
He is
No.
He's an outstanding.
He's milk toast.
No, but the thing is, he's everything you want a politician to be.
Fucking
Very
senator.
respectful and very
He's a good
very
senator.
honorable.
yeah,
And very everything, very religious and everything.
we
but
don't.
he's not strong enough.
he's not
don't
He's not
a
strong enough.
representative of the
no,
United
we
States.
don't need milk toast right now.
No, we
we
don't.
need milk toast in the background. We don't need milk toast up front.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a perfect VP. Yeah.
Oh, fine. Yeah, he had a great term as VP.
Yeah.
I'll let that go. So in jumping back forward to the guns, and I don't know, it's unfortunate, and I feel bad for all people. And I didn't get to see any details about the interview, but
I saw
like
some
I said,
of it. I saw some of it. He came
Well-
across as like he was acting to me, anyway.
yeah. But what part of
Yeah.
it left them with more questions than
I didn't see
than
the whole
answers?
thing. I don't know. I just saw snippets. I don't know.
I heard the interview did not go well.
No, well, he blamed her.
Yes,
He killed her, and he blamed her.
He's an
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah. Now, look, anybody who's like accused of a crime
I think he's a
doesn't
narcissist.
need to be on TV.
I agree with that.
Stop it.
Oh well, no.
What are you doing?
Oh yeah, his lawyers were
What
like,
are you doing?
"What
Get
are
off
you
of TV.
doing? Get
Kyle
off."
Well, he knows
Rittenhouse,
best.
Yeah, because he's not.
Get
on-
So
off
he said that
TV.
in the TV interview,
Alec
he did not pull the
Baldwin,
trigger
get off
of the
TV.
gun that
Jussie
went off and
Smollett,
killed the
Get off
cinematographer.
TV. Get
He,
off
he says
TV.
he cocked it all the way back, and it just went off.
And
bullshit.
it went off. Yes, the
a gun
went
that
off.
didn't go off,
Yeah.
which means he's
He means
even
he's-
if I'm
he's
absolving him
incompetent
of
and-
blame,
and
he's still being a liar about
a
it.
liar.
Yeah.
Yes.
In a
I mean, own up
lengthy
to it,
and
man.
emotional interview on US TV with ABC's new George Stephanopoulos,
He is a narcissist.
Baldwin
You're 100%
added that
right.
he couldn't give a shit about his career. The actor said he didn't pull the trigger on the gun that killed Hutchins, 42, and injured Souza, 48. The gun he was holding, which Baldwin believed to be safe, went off during rehearsals for the Western, an incident that shocked Hollywood, prompted a reckoning over production safety and the use of weapon on the set. So he responded to comments by fellow actors, George Clooney. Let me scroll down here.
I think George Clooney is the one who said that he checks every gun that's handed to him.
Yeah.
And good for him. I think that's awesome.
Good for him. And he's been trained.
So
And I don't care if it's NRA trained or however.
Stephanopoulos said, "So you never pulled the trigger?" And Alec responded, "No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull the trigger.
Bullshit.
Never."
Bullshit.
So the actor said, "Let go of the hammer of the weapon," and then just went off.
He's so full of shit.
Yeah, I
He
think he's
explicitly denied responsibility for the shooting, saying he would have killed himself if he believed he was at fault. But I feel someone is responsible for what happened, but I don't know. It wasn't me. I might have killed myself if I thought I was responsible.
Well, he also
and
said-
I don't say that lightly.
Well, he also said that he didn't know that she died until 45 minutes to an hour after it happened.
So where'd he go?
Well,
How
that's
does that
interesting.
happen?
Okay, did he wander off to call his lawyer?
Boom, she goes falling down on the ground. He just kind of walks away.
He's a douchebag. We all know that.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's kind of a somber ending for this Dudes Like Us, but it touches on some stuff that, Dudes Like Us talk about, Dudes Like Us experience.
I mean,
And
it dominated the news, though.
We've got
it was a pretty
2
heavy
weeks
topic.
into the last month of 2021. It's spectacular. I'm
Yeah.
Sean.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Paul.
I'm Chuck.
Good night, guys.
Good night.